guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby if you are new, and welcome. Today I'm looking like a hot mess because it is Monday, which means it is my day off and I have done nothing but clean the house. So while Avery is napping and all I've got left is laundry, I figured I would sit down and do a little story time with you guys because I had my first scare as a diabetic, I guess is the best way to put it. Obviously, other than being diagnosed, that whole process is scary, but since then I haven't really ever gotten sick or had anything go wrong. So I just thought I would sit down and share with you guys what happened to me over, it's probably been what, a week ago? A little over a week ago. It was a Thursday, so I was off. I was at home, and ever since having Avery, my blood sugars have been pretty good. So like every time I would check them, it would be like 70 to 75, 80. So I honestly only checked it like in the morning and like before bed or whatever. I never really checked it during the day, which I know is not good, but that was just how it went, especially when you're a new mom and you forget and you're occupied. And again, there's no excuse for not taking care of yourself as a diabetic, and I know that, but every time I checked it, it was fine and I felt fine and all of that. So I just didn't check it regularly. Well, that morning, I don't know if I didn't check it at all that morning or if it was like super early when I had gotten up with her. But then I didn't check it again throughout the day, but I started to get like a really bad headache, and a couple times when I would stand up, I would like see stars. And so I was like, I don't know, I've had a headache ever since having her, like postpartum. I've just been struggling really bad with headaches. I actually have one right now, but it was also one of the most common side effects to the anxiety medicine they put me on, so I kind of don't really take that anymore either because I'm trying to just see what is actually causing these headaches. So I had a headache and I was like kind of seeing stars, but I felt normal, like I had done some cleaning and I was taking care of her and everything was fine. Like we just kind of had a chill day. And then Dwight came home from work and I noticed that I was kind of like not feeling okay. And so I was going live that night, and so I went live and I kind of rushed the live because I could tell like something wasn't right. And so I came back in here from my live and I laid down and I told Dwight, I was like, I really do not feel good. And of course his first thing was, well, what's your blood sugar? So I checked it and it was 424 or something like that. It was over 400. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, I didn't really eat anything crazy that day anyway, so I was like, I don't know why it's that. So I go to my pump and I am trying to, like, I click the button to get it to come on and it doesn't come on, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so like I click it again and I like, trying to get it to come on and it's not coming on. So my pump is dead at this point. So I go and I get a battery and change the battery out, which I had just changed the battery out a few days before that. So I was like, that's really weird that it died. And of course, if you have a pump or if you don't have a pump, it alerts you and tells you like change, like battery's getting low, you'll need to change it soon. And then it tells you you have 30 minutes to change your battery. So with that being said, I had just changed it a couple days before then, and so I was like, that's really weird. I never got those alarms that the battery was dying or anything like that. So it was just really strange. And so I put a new battery in it. It's working. I tell it what my blood sugar is so that it can start coming down. I go start dinner and I'm seeing stars again. So I run in here and I lay down on the bed, and next thing you know, I feel like I'm going to throw up. That's that's how I felt. I was like I was going to throw up. So I laid down immediately because I hate throwing up. And normally if I just lay down, I can stop it. So I laid down, but I couldn't stop it. So I like rushed to the bathroom. I did not make it to the bathroom, and I puked everywhere. And if this is TMI, sorry. But it was just like probably the scariest thing. And I think the scariest part was the seeing stars, because at that point you're kind of like, you hear that expression all the time, but until you experience it, you don't realize like how scary it is and how like out of it you actually are. And you know, I'm so thankful that Dwight was here, because if something had happened to me while I'm home alone with Avery, or anywhere alone with Avery, like that just is so scary to me. So it was definitely a wake-up call, and that's exactly why I wanted to share this experience with you guys, because sometimes we take advantage of our pumps and things that help us, and you cannot do that. So I have sensors. The Freestyle Libre sensors are what I'm using. Okay, so bad lighting, but I was going to wrap this video up and tell you guys what happened. I don't remember what I was said last. My husband called, and then she woke up. So basically I called Medtronic. Let me tell you, first of all, it took me 2 days, like 2 full days, to completely recover from that, getting it down. I called and talked with my doctor, and they just adjusted me on regular shots for the time being until I could get a new pump, because I called Medtronic about my pump. They went through the alarm system on the pump, and it showed that there was alarms, but they never actually went off. So like the battery alarm never went off, but then there was an actual pump error, and it popped up, and it has like a code, and you give them that code, and they're like, yeah, we definitely have to send you a new pump because of that error. So basically my pump did have an error. These pumps were recalled because of the O-ring where the reservoir sits has been breaking, which allows you to either get too much insulin or not enough insulin. And so I don't know if that also happened in the midst of like a battery problem. I don't really know. But they did send me a new pump, and that happened I talked to them on a Friday. Normally they have overnight shipping, but for whatever reason they didn't, so I didn't get it till Monday, which was fine. I had a little bit of a break as far as just not being connected to my pump for a while. Hold on, let me adjust. So my new pump got here on Monday, and I got it put back on and all that, but just know that you guys should be more aware of what's going on. Check your pumps regularly, even if it's not to give insulin or anything like that. Like, just check it, make sure that it's still on. I definitely learned a huge lesson in all of this, because sometimes we have such good things that help us, and we just take advantage of that, and just put more things, you know, before ourselves, and we can't take care of others if we aren't taking care of ourselves first. And so I've always known that and said that, but never really like struggled with it until now with having her. So anyways, if you guys have any other questions about what happened, or if you've experienced something similar, let me know. I am on the Medtronic 630G pump, and they just sent me the same one because it's still under warranty for like another 1.5 years. So I can't get a new pump altogether without having to pay a couple $1,000s, and I obviously don't have that to do. So I'm just going to be more aware of what can happen to my pump and just kind of watch after it a little bit closer. So that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to kind of share this little story time with you. If you've shared any experiences, share any of your experiences if you have struggled with something similar. I have not. I've been diabetic for 3 years now, and I've never had something like this happen. So it was definitely scary, definitely a wake-up call, and I definitely do not want to feel like that ever again for that reason. I felt drunk, like I felt like I couldn't even drive really. It was just really bad, and it's not something you want to be alone during. So I did go to work at a point when I felt better. I went to work, and I just still didn't have the energy or the stability to actually work, but I stayed because I didn't want to be alone. And so if you're ever experiencing something like that, make sure somebody's with you, especially if you have a little one, because it can be hard and it goes back and forth. Like, you'll feel better for a minute and then you'll just feel really bad. And so it kind of so wishy-washy. You just really don't know what is going to happen. But know that it does take a couple days to recover fully from. So anyways, I hope you guys learn something from this story time, and comment below. Let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video.